we can start our session. I welcome
Yeah,
you
Anushka,
all.
please start the session.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Anishka, pursuing BE in the stream of ECE at Panimala Institute of Technology. On behalf of Panimala Institute of Technology, it's my immense pleasure to welcome you all for this session on topic hiring process, do's and don'ts, the actual interview. The feedback link will be provided at the end of the session in chat box. The link will be displayed only for 2 minutes. So I request all the participants to copy the link within the time and fill the feedback form within 30 minutes. The link is valid only for 30 minutes after the session. I also kindly request all the participants to turn off their audio. Now I hand over the session to Mitresh to deliver a welcome address for our speaker.
Am I audible?
Yes, Mitresh.
Pleasant evening, friends. I would like to welcome our honorable guest, Ms.Delphine Nayaboke. She completed a diploma in electrical engineering in Kayambu Institute of Science in the year 2012. Currently, she is pursuing her BSc in electrical and electronic engineering in Jomo Kenyatta University. She is one of the vibrant volunteers in Kenya. Currently, she is serving as the chairperson IEEE PES JKVAF. She is also mentoring girls to come up with a solution that solves their community problems through a mobile app known as MIT. In this pleasant evening, she will be sharing hiring process, do's and don'ts, the actual interview. I request Ms. Niabok to proceed with the session. Please, ma'am.
Uh, Good evening, guys. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, my name is Delphine Nayaboke. I My name is Delphine Nayaboke, not Delphine Nayaboke. Okay, it's fine. Nyaboke is what is called in one of the tribes in Kenya. It's the second part. It's my name means honey, like honey from bees. So Nyaboke. So welcome to this session. I want to start sharing something here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Oh, it's visible. Okay, so the hiring process, do's and don'ts. So I am so excited to meet you guys. That's what I said, and I hope this session will be as informative as it was to me. So actually, all of us are what is it called? We usually are scared of interviews. I'm one of those people who are scared at interviews. I'll give you one of the main thing that I get scared when I go to an interview is being just told no every time. And perhaps you go to the interview and then you meet people who are like competent. You know, you look at and then you're like, oh yeah, okay. I'm not well for this interview. So on this presentation, I'll be sharing slides on where do we get our resources from, uh, what interviewers look like showing up in the interview, who to reach out to, how to handle regret letters and trick questions. And then I'll have a session for questions and answers. So I'll start here. So
Can you go to full screen mode? No, you can press F5. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you go to full screen mode? Because the letters are small.
Okay. Full screen. Okay.
You can press slideshow.
You can click on slideshow.
Now,
Yeah, okay, fine.
now can you see? Okay. So, for example, company A is your dream company, and you want to get to company A. So how will you be able to get people to join you, or not to join you, to people who are actually working at company A? For example, it will be at webinars like this one, LinkedIn, workshops, conferences, meetups, or by referral. I'll give an example of the third thing where it is a conference. In October 2018, I went to a conference. It was called African AWTC, African Women in Technology. So I went to that conference, and it was paid. This massive conference that everybody is excited about. I was also scared to go because it was a lot of money. It was around uh, 25 US dollars. I was a student. I was in third year. I was like, me checking out $25. No, I am not going. I am not going to this conference. It's fine. I'll just get the tickets from the rest of the guys. So I just stayed at home, and because I was volunteering in one of the clubs in the school, my university, JKUAT, one of the leaders there said, "Hey, we got free tickets as Society of Engineering students, and we like you to go and participate." Because I was then the outreach and enrich committee member. We had organized these amazing outreach groups to a lot of um, to a lot of high schoolers, both in slums and off slums. So I just went to that conference, the African Women in Technology, and because I went there late, I showed up like at 9:30 a.m. I decided to. I looked for the seats, and no seats. Most of the seats were locked, like no, they were fully booked. Like everybody sat on them, and the only empty seat was in the front. And in the front, I was like, okay, I'm not scared sitting in front, so I sat in front and we were just chatting. The conference was supposed to start at about the next 30 minutes. So I just chat and decided to chat to the next person, right? That was sitting right before me. So you chat, started chatting, and one of the things I told her is like, well, how do you actually deal with a breakup, or if someone dumps you, how do you deal with it? And she looked at me like, oh, that's a very nice question. So we started chatting, everything else was laughing, we're taking selfies. I didn't know, mind you, I didn't know who this individual was. I just know she was one because everybody was of us was having name tags like blah blah, where you come from. So I just know, okay, she's also a participant. So after that, I had, when the conference started, I had, ladies and gentlemen, now welcome our guest speaker. And guess who was standing? I was like, oh yeah, the world just swallow me right now. What have I done? What have I done? So, so uh, after that, we continued chatting after me realizing she was a guest speaker, and she told me there's this actual
Delphine, sorry, your
conversation.
voice is not clear.
My Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's not clear. It's breaking.
And and now,
Yeah, now it's clear.
okay. So after that, I decided to go apply for one of those conferences, and because I had gotten guidance from her, it's called Grace Hooper Conference. They have the US version and the Indian version, the GSI, and I've always encouraged other people to apply. So why am I sharing that story? That sometimes you meet, and yes, I was at JC Scholar last year. I got into their scholarship, of course, after the whole selection process. And what am I saying is that every time you go to a meetup, go to a conference, you go to a workshop, you can actually meet people who will show you what to do, or how to be able to do an interview. So these webinars, these LinkedIn profiles, various workshops that IEEE sometimes has, and most of the time, the conferences, the meetups, and by referral, I'll come back to the by referral part of it. So in the interview room, what exactly do they look at? They look at your learning agility. So how agile are you? Okay, I know this is software engineering, agile, Scrum project, lead, but I'm using this in the concept of English. Okay, somebody, Misha said I'm not clear. Right. Now, am I clear? Now,
Yeah, you're clear.
okay, all right. So, in the learning agility is how agile are you? How flexible are you to work? For example, you are like who is studying electrical and computer engineering. Can you work in a place where there's just software engineering? Can you work in a place where just electronics? If you're doing electrical electronics engineering like I am, are you able to work in a place where just IT, or you just have to work in an electrical technology field? Uh, for example, okay, I'll use an example as engineers and as electrical electronics engineers or electrical computer engineers or electrical telecommunication. There's this TIE telecommunication option. Are you able to work in a different department, in a different sphere, as long as you want to learn? Because interviews they always have that. Is it 3 month training when they train you, and then after that you are able to be absorbed and be a functional member. So how flexible are you? And also, can you work in teamwork? This is actually this second point is actually what all our lecturers tell us about every time. This assignment will be delivered in teams of 5. This lab will be delivered in teams of 5. So how do you behave that? How do you work well in teams? Are you a person who idea? Are you man spreading? Like, are you the one who will shut people down? Like, man spreading is basically the derogatory way that men, sad to say, do when they are trying to explain something in a very condescending way to a person. Are you just seeing like this person is daft, so I'll tone it down in the daft way possible? Are you doing math spreading at work or in school? Are you able to work with teams? With a team that is maybe like in software engineering, are you able to work with a junior developer in as much as you're a student or a senior developer when you reach those positions? And this is about the personality at workplace. This is okay. There's that. I don't know if you guys have ever been told about this thing called work etiquette or corporate image. There's this student like that wherein that when you go to work, there's that image that you portray as you're working. Like this is my personality. There's actually the 21 personality test you can Google about that and do. Are you somebody who will stand up for yourself? Who will say, okay, fine, this is my area of work. This is the initiative I can take. This is how I'll be reporting. Yeah. And the fourth thing, how is your deliverables? Are you dependable? Are you someone who your supervisor will give you work and be comfortable that, hey, maybe Shabina will actually do this work I've told her to do or him to do. Maybe a person X and X will be able to deliver. Yeah. So uh so that those are one of the two things they will look at. And mind you, I don't know if you guys know about shortlist professionals. I was having our own one-on-one session with them for she's called Doris. She's the country director for shortlist professionals in Kenya. And for those of you who checked me out on LinkedIn, she's one of my connections. So I was telling her, I was asking her questions. What exactly do hiring managers look at? And she told me a lot of things, including all these things that I've told you. Learning agility, teamwork, your personality at work, and are you able to deliver? You'll be a person who will be like, I'm an engineer, so you're going to workplace. She actually told me that sometimes you get hired and then you're given these mundane tasks. Like you're an electrical engineer, you are a computer scientist, you're given to go get coffee for your boss, and then it's like a mini interview after you been, what is it called? You've been called in. Then they'll see how you go. Okay. Fish. Oh, okay. Your name is really hard to pronounce. Somebody raised their hand. Okay. So I'll get back to you. So that's what they look for. And then when you're showing up at the interview, please ask questions. Learn more about them and be on time. Okay, I'll give you an example. I was an intern. Okay, last year, that was between the period of July 2019 up to October, we were supposed to go for industry attachment as part of our requirements as in electrical engineering. You have to go for attachment for 3 months. So in those, when I had applied for a lot of jobs, and I got in those in July I got 5 job offers, and then I had to turn them down and just pick one. I'll tell you that about later. So when I showed up for an interview, I went to this incredible non-profit organization, and this is what I learned. So I showed up because they called me. They said, "Hey, Delphine, we've seen your profile, we've seen your cover letter, because you have to know when you're interviewing for company X. If, for example, in this particular case, they were being interviewed for somebody who was a program associate intern. So hello. Okay.
Participants, kindly mute your audio.
Okay. And now,
Yeah, you can proceed.
Dinesh, is my audio now fine? Okay. So I was telling you about showing up for interview. Before you actually selected, they look at your cover letter. So I'll use my example case. I had applied for a job called I was an intern for a program associate job. So when I was applying in my cover letter, I had to learn more about the company. I said I so appreciate your company for what it's been doing for this particular period, and I'm passionate about what you are doing. And in that area, this is me as Delphine who has been working on this side. So your company goals, your company visions, your company goals and vision, they are in line with what I am doing currently. You have to learn about you have to learn about how to learn about your company, and you show up on time. For example, if the interview is at 9 a.m., please don't show up at 9:15. Do not show up at 9:15 or 9 exactly, because people come to interview all sweaty. Everybody is trying to understand what's going on. Show up at least an hour before, and an hour before will give you the chance for you to get. So you're moving from point A to point B, so you go and relax with that an hour. You compose yourself, you get familiar with whatever is going on. For example, in this particular case, when I went for that interview, I went an hour before. I strolled my way because I knew the interview is at 10, and when I'm checking my time, it's 8:50 a.m. So I know I have a whole hour. I went, I checked out the environment of the company. I went to the receptionist, said hi. This is also a key thing. Please say hello to the receptionist when you go to a company, even from the gate man, or not gate man, the security guard at the gate. Just come in, say hello, hi, my name is Delphine. How are you? Okay, I'm going to this office. Please show me where it is. Or just some nice words to that security person. That's part of the interview. Also comes to the receptionist and behave well. Be your best human that day. Then after that, an hour, they called me in and they started the interview. You answered their questions. When they ask you a lot of questions, I'll be covering that in the next slide. When they ask you about questions, about anything, if you need time to process what they have asked, you can always be like, ma'am, could you please repeat the question? As they are repeating the question, you're formulating your thought process. And also, there's this final question they always ask, all interviewers always ask, that, hey, now do you have any questions for us? Now, in that part, do you have any questions for us? It shows that how how are you able, okay, it shows that how, are you concerned with our company, or are you just here because we are hiring? So when they tell you to ask questions, please ask them about anything in their company. For me, I ask them, you guys provide lunch for your friends, for your employees? How often do you guys do you provide food for when there's a meeting? You know, such questions. And also one key thing is that even if you're asking them questions, offer a solution. Like, for example, say I've been studying, if it's a tech company, I'll be studying maybe you as Google, or you as whatever companies they are in India, and I've realized that this is what you're going through. And when I think that if you apply this method, it can solve your problem. They see that you're concerned about them and you are the right person in the interview. So you show up on time. And how that interview go for me? Went well, and I actually got hired after they gave me an email. I got an email after 1 day. Congratulations, you are in. Please report to work. And when I went there and asked them, how did I get in? You know what they told me? First, you are on time. Second, you asked us questions. Third, you are able to articulate your ideas really clearly. And we had 500 people interviewing for this job, and it only got you. So it means that whatever I was doing them, because they said your cover letter, it was so well, it took our visions and molded into your personal goals. You're able to ask us questions, you're able to give us solutions for what we've been experiencing. And even if you not be hired, because one of the things I said, okay, fine, even if you not get me in this interview, please consider if you'll be having, for example, this program in this region, because I'm from a slum. So I told them, if you are having a program in this slum called Kibera, please reach out to me. I'm more than willing to show you around, because I'm and just be able to speed up the process. Just be that nice person that everybody, humanity believes in, and you'll get in the interview. Okay, fine. Who to reach out to? So there is hiring managers, like hiring managers or professionals. These are these shortlisted. So, okay, in Kenya there's just, I don't know, and shortlist and so many others. So when you go to LinkedIn or Google, you just search hiring managers. There'll be a long list. Maybe say hiring managers. There'll be a whole list of where these hiring managers are, and the recruiting managers are. So, for example, you are interested in Google. You're interested in Google, so you search for Google hiring managers, because how is that relevant? These immersive companies do not have time for them to do actual interviews one by one. For example, if it's Google, it only needs 20 people to be able to join them. What do? They'll go to hiring managers and recruiting managers and tell them, hey, you guys, we've given you a job as a consultant. You are going there and you get as the best individuals you can for this position. So these hiring managers like Kuzu and Shortlist, they go and they advertise the positions for Google. As themselves, they'll say like, Google is hiring, please reach out to us. Then you come, they will interview you, and they'll do everything for you. And because their parent company, Google, needed maybe 20 people, they'll make sure they have gotten 150 people or 100 of the best from all of the application. Then this 100 people is where the parent company will interview them. So you've succeeded in the initial interview with these people, but now you'll be interviewed for with these other people, the final guys. Allow me to explain on the employees who work at those places from slide 1. Remember how I said meetups? Where do you get your dream company from? Meetups. So in meetups, so that you know where you get employees who work at those places. For those people who are interested in machine learning and AI and IoT, excuse me, not corona. So for those people who are interested in IoT, AI, machine learning, in last year, COVID-19, there's this program called Teens in Artificial Intelligence. So I was one of the participants, and there was a conference called Indaba. So in there, I got employees who are working from Google UK, and they were saying they are hiring interns for you who are really in these IoT. Please go to the website and type Deep Mind Learning by Google. They hire interns of which they pay sorry, of which they pay around good money, like 500,000 Kenyan shillings per month. I don't know how that is the currency. But they will hire you. And how did I get that information? I got that information from that meetup where I met Shakir Mohammed. He's one of the best people in Google DeepMind. He's a researcher and all that, and we got connected, and I was able to get connected to the Google Mind UK internship program, of which I told them last year I can't because hey, I have to be in school, I have to finish this semester. Oh no, I do not have coronary shida. No, I was just like coughing. There's something in my throat. No, I don't have corona. So if you pay attention to the meetups that you go, you can actually get employees who work at those places. You can get employees from your meetups, and you reach out to them and you ask them, how is your hiring process? How do you do this? How do you do so that when you go to the interviews, you actually know what to do, what to speak, how to engage. You go to an interview, dress casually. There are companies where you can dress casually. There are others you have to go with a tie and then. Okay, this about the regret letter. Okay, I don't know how many of you have been hearing about regret letter. They usually come up like this. Thank you, Delphine Nayaboke, for applying, but we'll get to inform you that you've not been selected for this position because blah 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 blah. Maybe we got a stellar applications, blah blah. So that I will tell you that is not supposed to nudge you. It's not supposed to um to, to make you feel like it's like what you've been doing is a bad thing. No, maybe you've not qualified for this. You've not qualified for this particular one, but you'll qualify for the next one. So when you get regret letters, it's fine. It's fine to cry. It's fine to move on, but it does not mean it's the end of life. You have to just add few more things. And this is my favorite one. Trick question. Now, because I'm doing this so that I open up for question and answer. For trick questions, this costed me scholarships. Like this right here, this trick question. Just remembered the last minute I had sent my scholarship. I don't know you guys know about Mandela Washington scholarship. They do. You're given a scholarship. You go to the US for 11 weeks. They teach you everything you need to know. You go to companies, then you come back to your home country, India or Kenya. So one of the questions that I realized that after I sent in my application, then I knew like okay, that will be this question. Where do you want to see yourself in 3 years? So allow me to explain. I had applied for Mandela Washington, and they were doing Mandela Washington scholarship is about community development. So and what you are doing with the community. So when they asked me what do you see yourself in 3 years, here's what I wrote. I said in 3 years I will have done, because I said in 2021 I will go and do my master's in machine learning at Cambridge University and blah blah blah. I did the complete opposite. So, and when they looked at what they are doing community development. And here I am, I'm saying the next 3 years, I'm going to do machine learning. So there was a mismatch. There was a mismatch in whatever I was saying. So I think I just lost. So when you are asked in a company, where do you see yourself in 3 years? For example, if you're applying for an intern in software development. Okay, and around now?
Delphin, can you hold your mic? So it will be better, I think.
I hold my mic. Okay, just a minute. And now?
Yeah, now
it's now better.
Yeah, better.
Okay. So when you're asked where do you see yourself in 3 years, please, I will give an example. So if you have applied for a job in software development and it was If you,
I request all participants to turn off your audio.
okay, so if you have applied if you have applied for a job in software development and then they ask you where do you see yourself in 3 years, please do not say that I want to maybe it's software development in company X, then your dream company number two is maybe company Y. Please don't say I want to be working for company Y in these 3 years. Just concentrate. You go at that qualification. They say this is the software development intern. Then maybe there's a software development associate or I don't know, senior software development. Look at those skills and then answer. For example, now if I'm a software development intern, I'll be like, in the next 3 years, I will have learned. You quote in your mind the skills on the next level, which is software development associate. I will have learned these skills and hopefully will have moved to the next position in your company. Concentrate on that particular company. Don't go outside that company. Just say you'll be learning. Do not quote any. You don't say you're going anywhere out of that company. Just be doing answer those questions in steps. Like I am an intern, so I'll be an associate in your company. I will have gained these soft skills. Do not mention about your education, how you'll be able to expand. Get in fast. Okay, that's one of the trick questions. So yeah, I could take questions now. I
Delphine, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Your screen is blank.
Wait. Okay, now
Yeah, now it's visible.
I'm waiting for questions.
Any queries, participants? Can now unmute
Abhilash?
your
Ma'am, can you hear me?
yes, Basanti.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible.
Ma'am, can you say what are the qualities that a person sees in the candidate for hiring? Hello.
Come again. What are they? You're saying
So what are the qualities will they see in the candidate for hiring a person in certain companies, like top
certain
companies?
companies. Okay. So in tech companies, they will. One of those qualities is timekeeping. Are you able? Are you able to keep time? Okay. Are you able? If the interview is 9 a.m., did you come at 8:45? Did you come at 9:15? Did you come late to your interview? They look at that. So, and also your ability to work in teams. How will that be demonstrated? Remember in your resume, you say, I've been working on a project. Maybe I've been working on an IEEE humanitarian project with Pani University name student branch,
Hello,
right?
ma'am.
No. So
Ma'am, you're
if
not. Ma'am, can you say it clearly? We can't hear you.
okay, now no, now can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, now you're
yeah,
audible.
we can.
Okay. So I'm saying yeah, they will look at how at your teamwork. One of the qualities is teamwork. How will they be? How will they able to judge teamwork? By, for example, in your resume, when you're saying you're working on a project, are you working on a project alone? If it's alone, if for example, if it's an IEEE humanitarian project, how many people are involved in that project, or how have you incorporated the community in that project? So they'll see this person X, is a very good teamwork.
Ma'am, and then I have another query with you.
Another okay, just a minute. After teamwork, they will see your agility. Agility is, for example, even if you are applying for software development job and you say you're good in Django and REST network, but you're not maybe and you're good in Python, but you're not good in Go and all those sophisticated languages, they will look at agility. If you're a programmer, are you able to learn? If you're a JavaScript programmer or Django or C++, are you able to learn a new language? How flexible are you? Because if you can learn this language, we teach you, because the companies, they mostly train their employers in the next 3 months after onboarding to be able to interact well with the ecosystem of the company. So they look at how willing, how agile are you? Are you a teamwork player? And teamwork is very important. And the third most important one is your personality. Are you a person who is offended quite oftenly? Are you a person who takes it personally? Like, have you ever had this? It's not personal, it's business. Are you able to receive feedback? Are you able to receive constructive feedback? And are you able to receive feedback when it can, whether negative or positive? Or are you someone who does not want to be told anything? So if you have all those traits of good teamwork, you're able to receive feedback, and you're agile, then then the company will actually prefer you than someone who has all this qualification but is not willing to learn. Because if you're in your teamwork, they'll say, if I'll train Indu in this thing, she'll be the programmer here. Then she'll be able to train our interns in this. So that's a very good plus. Yeah, another question.
Any more queries?
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Vasanthi.
ma'am, can you say what are the top websites that we can access for aptitude? Because all the companies, they are mostly keen in the aptitude results, I think so. So can you say
Come again, I didn't get the very last part. Up what?
uh, aptitude?
Up review.
Aptitude questions.
Or aptitude questions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will share you this site of the aptitude questions. If I start typing, I'll share it. And it's important to like answer. Okay, how do you need to prepare for those questions, and they are normally uh, to test first your collaborative skills, your math skills, your English skills, your cognitive skills. How are you able to answer a question? And okay, for example, in most interviews, they can orally ask you the aptitude questions. Maybe you cannot know that is an aptitude question, but sometimes they send you prior, then you answer them before they call you. So when they send you prior, that will send you a link so that you can be able to go through them. But when they ask you the actual interview question, it might be like something like I don't know, Omondi has maybe X bags and something, and he's supposed to do this to his bananas so that his bananas are distributed. It's normally like a programming question, but you're not supposed to program it at that level. You're supposed to give them the solution, the actual solution at that particular point. So they are testing you. How fast can you think on your feet, and how fast can you give answers so that you can handle a crisis? For example, you are a program manager. They are assuming you'll be the program manager. How are you able to handle an upsurge of employees just ranting around all of a sudden before you can gather the actual information, whatever is going on? So you be able to just think on your feet and be able to give solutions at that instant with little or less information. So as you gather the information, I'll share that link totally. The next question.
Any more queries?
The queries are given in the chat box. You can
Oh,
see it.
yeah,
No, they are telling some websites.
yeah. Kavisha is saying that apart from the technical idea, even interviews have the quality of triangular, is it a bonus? Yeah, it is, and it depends on where you apply. For example, if you apply for UN internships, that will that will be definitely a bonus for you, because they'll say if you are able to speak 2 or 3 languages, that is a plus for them. So if you're applying, for example, in these non-profit organizations and or not for profit organizations, or organizations or consultations that work alongside major IT companies, but they're non-profit, they'll be able to see that you be able to speak more than 2 languages is a bonus for them, and it's very nice. Yeah, that, that would be definitely a good idea for you to mention that. Oh yeah. I will share. Shri, I share the website for the aptitude test immediately after this. Okay. Richards. Yeah, that's anyone who has
Any more
more questions.
queries? Participants, you can unmute your audio and ask questions. Any more queries? Yeah, okay. Now I call upon Mitresh to deliver vote of thanks.
Also, somebody asked skills to enter in cybersecurity. That is Vish. Vish. Oh dear, your name is really okay, skills to enter the cybersecurity. First, I don't know if you know about Cisco. Okay, we are using a Cisco with it. So you can actually go to Cisco, and at this time, you just reminded me. You just reminded you. You go to Cisco and you subscribe to one of those courses they're offering about cybersecurity, and if you are so much about security, and if you need specifics, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I have someone in cybersecurity. She has written papers on cybersecurity. I can connect you to her. She's a Kenyan citizen, but her companies, the company she's working at is an international company, so can be able to guide you through that, because she's an expert in cybersecurity in the whole of Africa. So I'll totally be able to guide you in that direction. And before I forget, you guys should be able to also to do what is this called online courses in IBM, in these other kinds, Coursera, in Udemy, because now if we take advantage of this crisis that everybody is speaking out about, we can be able to salvage our time, because after this crisis is over, everyone, including the employers, will still need you to be an electrical computer engineer or to be a software developer who can also be able to do ABCD alongside that. So we have to develop our skills by enjoying this free online courses that all the companies are offering. Major companies are offering for free during this time. Please you please reach out to me, and then I'll direct you to.
You have some queries in chat box, Delphine. Can you see? What are the best ways to attract the
Yeah.
interviewer?
What are the
What are the
best
best
ways
ways to
to
attract the
attract?
interviewer?
What do you mean attract? Like, is that like seduce or just like attract? Attract like is to give a food pleasing idea.
To
Oh,
get
okay.
shortlisted.
I hope it's not seduce, Dinesh. I hope it's not. That's what not. I hope you don't know what you mean. Seduce. So the best way is when you come to an interview, first keep time, and then when you walk in, depending on their culture, because in that interview, for example, if you're working on to company A, you've already read about them, you know their culture a little bit. So you know that these people like they like to shout, high five, or just they like to harm their mission or vision, or they like handshakes, or they like just high fives or hugs. You go to know. So when you go to that interview room, because you have this prior knowledge, you've known about them. Remember this part that I was telling you about, you have to learn about them. When you come in, greet them in their culture, greet them if it's high five, greet them something, greet them and sit and look. You maintain a keen, what is it called? Like you look them in the eye. If you're shy enough, just look them in the forehead or just because if you're facing them, just look at the father. You go, you pick one person, whether it's male, female, who you think is friendly to you, and you look him or her straight in the eye. That will signify confidence and people like like you. Will appearance is an important role. Will appearance is important role. How you appear, of course, how you appear to interview will tell everything about you. Unless you are the CEO, please do not come wearing loafers or like shorts. You know, CEOs do that. They have the money. But you're looking for work. So just come dressed in a very good way and not necessarily tie. But if you're going for ITs, IT roles, I will not advise for you to go in a tie because IT companies are so much that, but go in a like a smart look, not really casual, but a very smart look. Um, and for ladies, if you do trousers, I don't know if in India you can do trousers, but don't go with like a pajama or cotton like trouser. Just go with an official wear over trouser. Oh, okay, that's the charts. Unless that's again, those are the questions from the chat.
Any more queries, participants? Okay, fine. Now I call upon Mitresh to deliver the vote of thanks.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Mitresh.
You are.
I thank everyone for their valuable presence. I would especially like to thank our today's speaker, Ms.Delphine Nayaboke, for your valuable time, ma'am. You really created awareness among the participants about the interview and how to attend it. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would also like to thank our student bands counselor, Mr. Arun, IEEE Vice Chairman, Thames Madras Chapter, for providing us a wonderful opportunity for organizing this event. Information regarding our upcoming webinars will be updated in the social media pages and WhatsApp group. We cordially invite all to participate in our upcoming webinar series. Feedback link is provided in chat section. Kindly copy the link and fill the form. Link will be remain valid only for 30 minutes from now. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Participants, kindly copy the link provided in the chat box. Certificates will be provided only for those who are filling the feedback link. We are about to wind up the session, so kindly copy the link. I hope everyone copied the link. Thank you, Delphine. Once again, I thank everyone and hope same enthusiasm will be resuming in our upcoming webinars. I'm going to end the session now.